Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you're so afraid? Afraid of stepping into the lifestyle you know will transform your health. Afraid of challenging the nutritional wisdom you've been spoon-fed your whole life. Afraid of questioning the medical advice that never really delivered the vibrant health you've been promised. Today, it's time to unmask those fears. These fears are nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Let my removing this mask represent you finally removing the fears forever.
Now, before we dive deep, I want you to share in the comments below, what fear have you already overcome or are ready to conquer for your health? Together, let's demolish those fears standing between you and the life you deserve. Let's begin with some mental and emotional fears. Number one, the fear of failure. So you think you're doomed because you failed before, right? Well, remember this. Every great success is built upon a pile of failures. Let's call it practice instead. Number two, fear is judgment. Worried your favorite family member will judge your new diet? Trust me, they don't walk in your shoes. Only you do. Choose yourself over their opinions. Number three, fear of social pressure. Are you still eating cake just to keep your coworkers happy? I know it's hard to buck these cultural norms, but never forget, many of your coworkers are not dealing with constant insulin spikes. You do. Number four, the fear of change. I must admit, comfort zones are cozy, but real growth happens when you venture out. Trust me, you won't miss the old you once you meet the new you. Number five, fear of success. I know this one seems a little crazy, but success brings new expectations. But no matter how you frame it, living an energized, healthy life beats staying stuck in a sick body any day of the week. Number six, the fear of letting go of comfort foods. I used to love warm Krispy Kreme donuts melting in my mouth, but that good feeling would only last for a few minutes. But your future metabolically healthy self, that lasts a lifetime. Number seven, fear of not being able to reverse chronic diseases. I know you've been told otherwise, but you're not stuck with your diagnosis. You've heard this before, but let me say it again. Your genes may load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. Let's unload our guns together so that we'll never have to pull those triggers. Number eight, fear of getting off medications. So you believe you'll need medicines forever? A lifestyle change could help you toss that pill box. And when you do, you'll never want to go back to depending on a bag of medicines ever again. Number nine, the fear of hypoglycemia on a low-carb diet. Imagine living in a world where doctors tell you to eat a low-carb diet so you won't take meds that cause a low blood sugar in the first place. So please, please, please don't fear low-carb diets, because these are the diets that will remove the need for medicines in the first place that cause hypoglycemia. Number 10, the fear of having to count calories. Are you still counting calories obsessively? Listen, your body is biology, not a math homework assignment. Balancing your hormones matter way more than calories. Fix your fear of calories, because counting calories simply doesn't work. My advice, don't waste time counting calories. And if you want to learn more, check out the link at the end of this video where I'll explain more. Number 11, the fear of eating more fat. If fat was the villain, avocados would have a rap sheet. Fat is your friend, so embrace it. In fact, when you contrast fat to the other two macronutrients, carbs and protein, fat is the one macronutrient which raises glucose and insulin the least amount. Number 12, the fear of cholesterol. Are you still scared eggs will break your heart? Well, the only reason you should be afraid of eggs is because of their high prices. And if you give eggs a chance, they are the best thing for your hormones and your brain health. Eggs are simply one of the best forms of complete nutrition on the planet. Number 13, the fear of the carnivore diet. Now this one is personal. Are you still worried carnivore means nutrient deficiencies? Turns out steak or ground beef isn't scary at all. In fact, it may be the best way to heal naturally on the planet. Check out some of the comments in this video to hear testimonials of the many carnivores who are thriving. That's why I'm proud to call myself a carnivore as well. Number 14. Fear of red meat. If you're still hearing that, that's simply fake news. Good steak builds muscle, sharpens minds, and keeps hunger away better than a kale smoothie ever will. Number 15, the fear of fasting. I may have got this from my mom, but this fear of skipping a meal. Your ancestors skipped plenty of them and they survived without breakfast bars, trust me. Fasting repairs your body and sharpens your mind. And if you're on a low carb, keto, or carnivore diet, there will be many days when you won't even remember to eat. And when you skip a meal, you're actually improving your health overall. Number 16, the fear of cutting carbs. Are you still afraid you're going to collapse without carbs in your diet? Your body actually loves burning fat in the form of ketones. And guess what? When you use ketones as fuel, it doesn't come with afternoon blood sugar crashes either. Number 17, the outdated fear of salt. Are you still believing that salt's the enemy? That's simply wrong because your heart, brain, and muscles respectfully request that you season your food with salt. Salt is an essential electrolyte that your body needs and will actually crave when you're on a low-carb, keto, or carnivore diet. 18, the fear of lifting weights. Many of my female patients fear lifting weights because they think they'll look too muscular. I tell them to relax because the amount of training necessary to make your body look muscular is highly improbable unless you're training to be in a bodybuilding contest. 19, the fear of starting late. Think it's too late to start exercising? There are so many examples of people who have found success reshaping their bodies who have started in the later years of their life. So there's no reason why you can't do the same. 20, fear that your body simply can't do what it's done in the past. The reality is, I'm not expecting you to feel like you were when you were 20, but when you start eating well and moving your body, don't be surprised if you feel like you're 20 years younger. 21, fear of cooking more at home. So you're worried that cooking's a little complicated and it's gonna take too much time. Well, trust me, there are so many tools that make cooking easier, like an air fryer. So give it a try because you may find that cooking at home will not only be easy, but it will save you a ton of money and time standing in some long lines. 22, the fear of eating out while staying healthy. Speaking of eating out, do you really think eating out means your diet is doomed? Think again, menus have options. A little planning and you'll be able to navigate them with confidence, not fear. Number 23. The fear of hydration. I know what you're thinking. If I drink a lot of water, I'm gonna be up all night. Well, it's true that more hydration will lead to more trips to the bathroom at night, but I always tell my patients to hydrate early in the day so that they won't end up all night going to the bathroom. That way they'll sleep like a baby, and as you know, one of the keys to good metabolic health is to get enough sleep. 24. The fear of going against traditional medical advice. Are you still worried about questioning your doctor? Did you know that doctors used to recommend cigarettes? Yes, seriously, they recommended cigarettes. So in my opinion, it's healthy to question outdated advice, especially if it's not getting the results that you deserve. And finally, my favorite, number 25, the fear of not trusting your own body. You think experts know your body better than you? Remember, the only true expert on your body is the one who lives in it, and that's you. So do me a favor and do that N of 1 experiment when you're trying to make decisions about lifestyle choices. So there you have it. 25 fears unmasked as false evidence appearing real. By recognizing and releasing these fears, you've just taken a huge leap towards the life you deserve. Healthier, energized, and free. No longer will fear hold you back from the metabolic health and happiness you desire. So go back into the comments and share which fears you plan to throw away today. And while you're there, like and subscribe this video because this fearless journey is just getting started. Remember, fear may whisper lies, but your courage will always shout louder.